And then next is the great master Padmasambhava. What he said is very much, you see, enter undistracted, declare when there's teaching. Now what is that? That is best thing when you really come to the moment of it is to enter into the nature of your mind. If not, then you have to take the most important teaching. Because in the teaching, there's a teaching for the moment of death. That you should really evoke in your mind and bring that to the forefront of your mind when you're dying. You understand? Many great lamas, I remember, there's one page in their practice book they will sit to read to you. Many die actually in meditation. I've showed that in chapter 16. Quite extraordinary. Now I'll tell you a little story. Stories always, you like stories. My great aunt, she was a very great practitioner. Always practicing day and night. She never finished her practice book. Always she's supposed to sleep. Wake up, she's practicing. Her evening practice in the morning practice in the evening. Then her sister, who's much more kind of dynamic, she practices morning. When we came out as refugees, they both sleep in the same room, so that the other older one gets a little irritated. Says, switch off the light like everybody else. Do your practice in the morning, evening. But she's the way the other one, he says, but still goes on doing the same thing. So, just as she lived very kind of peacefully, she died also very peacefully. One morning, it was this Khandru Tsering. She was the aunt of Khandru Tsering, and saw her pulse shows the signs of, the impending death. So immediately sent a car to go Rinpoche, the great master, come and do the practice of Poa, the transfer of consciousness at the moment of death, the most important thing, which I mentioned in chapter 13 and 14. So while that we have in our family an old man, a wonderful person, who is just a pure gold. He's so wonderful. He brought me up. He's been 5 generations with my family. And he brought me up, and he always sleep next to me. He tells me incredible stories. He has told me wonderful stories, great storyteller. Then I should, because, Tibet, we didn't have televisions. He would tell stories, then I go to sleep. Then when I wake up, and I said, Apedo, you tell me a story. Then he will start again, the stories again. But I've forgotten them all. Wonderful man. He's been like almost my second father. And he is such a kind man. Like in India, when he goes to, in Sikkim, when he goes to the market, everybody respects her. She never cheats anybody by a single pound, but nobody dares to cheat him also, because he's such a good person. You understand? He's a very wonderful person. He's got an incredible smile. So she heard Anirulu was dying, so she came to her room with a huge smile to Anirulu. Anirulu was a little bit, she was in and out. And she shouted out to her saying, Anirulu, he said, Then Anirulu opened her eyes. My dear girl, you've been so lucky. You've met so many great masters in your life. Not only that, you have the opportunity to practice your whole life. Now, you see, there must be the most important teaching that your master has given you for the moment of death, Focus on that. Don't fail. Be a good girl. I'm going shopping now. Probably I won't see you again. So goodbye, with a huge smile. And she also smiled. And then we went. So like that, you see, the most important teaching the master given you for the moment of death, which I'm sharing with you also, is that you bring that to your mind. That's what meant by enter undistracted into the clear one of teaching.